Things are still falling apart for William Ruto. Gen Zs have made good their threats and have took to the streets across all parts of the country. In the 8 provinces in Kenya, protests are going on as per the videos and photos have been sent to. I see that as a vote of no confidence on William Ruto. Kenyans, irrespective of tribal backgrounds, irrespective of political party affiliations, are all singing one song: Ruto must go. In this video, I want us to have a look at 2 very interesting incidences. Earlier in the day, we saw goons patrolling some places in the country. That was Kericho, and goons were roaming freely on the streets and even mingling with the police. I don't know why the police could allow armed goons to roam freely on the streets. That in itself confirms those are government goons being used to suppress government's critics. So it's true, government is the one causing chaos. Kenyans are peacefully protesting, but Ruto's government is causing chaos. So the rogue one in this case is Ruto and his government. That's one issue I want us to talk about, because most of those goons were greeted by the peaceful protesters, and those djembe sticks were actually taken away from them. Kudos to Gen Zs for greeting those goons. That's one issue I want us to talk about. And then the second issue, Kitengela has done the whole country proud. In fact, they occupied a police Land Rover and they peacefully protested. Nobody was injured, nobody was killed. That's another major win for the Gen Zs in Kitengela. Let's start with the goons. But before we do that, let me bring this to your attention. Kenya Gen Z news, breaking news: Agent Orange is banned. Ruto has launched chemical warfare on protesters. Kindly retweet and share widely until he is exposed and removed from power. Watch Nairobi CBD Mandamano, Thika Road Mandamano happening now, Cairo. And then you are seeing those photos there. It appears government is using that Agent Orange on peaceful protesters. But that's an issue we'll do more research on and we'll bring a detailed analysis on that. Let's now go to the goons. Today morning, we saw that in Kericho. Those are goons patrolling the streets. And it's clear their aim was to intimidate, threaten, and to silence Gen Z protesters. So they woke up very early in the morning and occupied the streets. That was in Kericho. We were later informed that protesters came out and actually overpowered them. And those djembe sticks were taken away from them. Yes, that was in Kericho. And then in Kakamega, it has been confirmed that Fernandez Barasa, the Kakamega governor, also mobilized goons and gave them djembe sticks. The main aim of the goons was to disrupt Gen Z protest in Kakamega. Those goons that were sent by Barasa were also overpowered and greeted, and those djembe sticks taken away from them. And it was Mguni Ponye. They had to run for their dear lives. So let's also congratulate Kakamega Gen Zs for overpowering Fernandez Barasa's goons. In fact, Fernandez Barasa is currently one of the most annoying governors in Kenya. This is a governor who was elected after William Ruto had been sworn in as the president, and Kakamega residents elected him knowing fully well he was going to be in the opposition. But listening to this governor in the recent days, he has been willing and gladly embracing William Ruto's government. So he's saying that those who voted for him, knowing he was going to be in the opposition, were fools. So he thinks he's the person who knows what the people want. The people elected him knowing fully well he was going to be in the opposition. After being elected, he thinks the people are stupid. He's now embracing Ruto's government. It's high time Kakamega residents should also greet this governor. They should show Barasa that they are his boss. Barasa is going rogue. In summary, an idea whose time is ripe, not even the strongest of armies can stop that idea. Revolution is ripe in Kenya. Kenyans have been electing jokers as leaders, and these leaders have been getting away with it. But now the people have realized that they are getting raw deals from these leaders. That's why they are out on the streets protesting. I believe that's an idea whose time has come. Ruto cannot stop it. The police cannot stop it. Not even the army. And I still maintain that if William Ruto is not very careful, then he'll be summoned to Hague. In fact, what he should do is just to resign. I don't think he can save himself out of this political quagmire, and I also don't think anybody can save William Ruto. Ruto has already lost it. He's destined for destruction. And the more he resists that, the more he's most likely to make blunders. He'll be forced out and he'll also be taken to Hague. So the best thing for him to do before it reaches there is for him to resign. That's the only thing Kenyans want to see from Ruto. They have already lost trust and faith in him. Irrespective of what he will do, I strongly believe Kenyans will still demand of him to go. They have lost faith, confidence, and trust in him. Whether he changes his cabinet or not, Kenyans will still demand of him to go. That's something William Ruto should know. And also in Kitengela, you are seeing the people came out in their thousands. They overpowered the police, and eventually they occupied that police Land Rover, and they became one procession, the police and the protesters. That's what we want to see. Let the police and the protesters know they are one people. They are brothers and sisters. They are all suffering together. They should not injure anybody. Let me stop it there for now, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. And to those watching us outside Kenya, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. If possible, subscribe, give the video a like. Stay tuned for more analysis. Thank you. God bless you.